Are we free thinkers, independent thinkers, or we just like to repeat the same terrors over and over again? Well, stay tuned. What is going on, y'all? What is good? Good evening. I hope everybody is enjoying their motherfucking Memorial Night. Although this is a day to remember um, comrades who went out and fought for freedom and all that and served their country. So before we get straight to the nitty gritty, make sure y'all drop them likes, man, to the collection plate. It's not, it's free. Doesn't cost you a damn thing. And make sure you share this video too. But hold on. Let me get my list. Excuse me. Uh so I don't get all scrambled up and shit. All right. So, my thoughts and reviews on so I came across this interesting video of a grandfather going to his grandson's school, and he got word that one of the teachers, of course, Karen, of course, uh, dressed him up in a girl's dress and all. Now, please be advised, this definitely will get you heated like a motherfucker. Heated, like absolutely heated. Like absolutely heated. And I feel for them. I really do. I really do feel um that grandfather's pain. But let me not talk. Let me get to the evidence on how disgusted I was when I saw it. You know. So let me get this shebang started. Hold up. Just let me know if y'all can hear. I may have to hold on. Give me a second. As you know, of course, advertisements. All right, so damn. Wait, hold on. Because I actually want the full video without the news footage, because they're gonna try to strike a copy claim on me and all. So you know what? Yeah, now that we're here, here we go.
What we do is they have a big screen in their room, and when their bus comes up, we have adults all through the hallway here.
So if y'all got adults all through the hallway, how did it happen for the third time?
Okay.
Not the first.
Oh, wait. Wrong one. I thought this was the right one. All right, so And just big shout out to the Black congregation. Make sure you also support their channel, like I'm about to do, because this is a very interesting topic. That doesn't really see the light of day because it's always getting pushed back by another a nuance of new distractions. So let us get to the nitty gritty, and please let me know if y'all can hear the volume. So I'm just gonna fast forward just to the part where the grandfather was confronting the teacher who dressed his grandson as a full blown female. So let me, let me here we go. And like I said, let me know if y'all can hear it.
Yeah, she called me and told me that she had an issue up here about my grandson being in the dress. I mean, I'm trying to see what the issue is about that.
Okay, you talk to Dara.
Who's
Dara?
Director. She's down in the other class.
See, that sounds like a female that's about to get flamed on. Cause like to all the Karens out there, you don't want nobody to dress up your kids a certain way that's gonna make you feel some certain way. You should have that same respect as well. You are a teacher. You and these kids are your students, not your children. Students. Students. But let's go back to it.
Is she the one that was in charge of the kids or my grandson?
I can't talk to you.
Why can you not talk to him when you're Why? Why can you not talk to this man? Why can you not talk to this man? You're the teacher. Are you a minor? I mean, but at the same time, like, some of these Montessori schools, or should I say Montessori schools, period, pre preschool should have protocol, but you can't answer a parent question on why his grandson was dressed up like a girl.
You're not on the we'll have to get Dara up here and she will let you.
I mean, first of all, I'm cutting down here because we don't do that. The transgender and all that. We don't do that. And I don't appreciate you encouraging him to put on no dress for the second day too. I don't appreciate that. And don't think this is going away. I'm going further with this. No, I'm not done talking. No, I'm not done talking to you. I'm letting you know. The next time that you put any kid in a dress, we're gonna make you go viral.
You need to go talk to my director. Is it? I, as a teacher.
I'm letting you
know. Like, so this is what we're doing as educators, and trust and believe. Like my uncle-in-law is a teacher. And it's like, what point do we make excuses for our irrational actions? Now, see, if the shoe was on the other foot, there would have been smoke in the city. Absolute smoke in the city. But you know what I also notice? What do y'all notice in this video? Can you point out? Can you point out what stands out inside that classroom? I'll wait. I'll wait. Oh, I got time. I will absolutely wait. Like, I'll wait. I'll wait because if my uncle saw this and he reviewed this, he wouldn't have said, "Yo, that teacher was dead wrong, dead fucking wrong." And in his career as a teacher, as a teacher, you know, if he pulled that same stunt with some of these white kids and put them in a dress, how much outrage would there be on that side? But then again, like I said, I will wait. I'll wait. I will wait. Because this is flat out disgusting. Flat out disgusting, just like cutting these young boys' dreads. You didn't have a problem with it when it became, you didn't have a problem with it when they came to school. Yes. Yes, Callie. That is the cross. That is the cross. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. We know good and well, um, that sort of act wouldn't have been accepted. But since there is a cross on the wall, and this woman is sitting up here acting like she didn't do nothing wrong, it's like, man, that's a slap in the face to your Lord and Savior that y'all like to preach so much about. Preach so fucking much. But let's continue, shall we? Let's continue.
Issue with you about that. I'm not playing with you.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you feel that way. But you should have called me before you made the decision to put my grandson in a dress. No, I'm speaking to you.
You're not talking in that tone with my children.
I wouldn't be up here if you wouldn't put my grandson in no dress. Well, do what you gotta do. No, I'm taking it up with you. I'm taking it up with you. Well, you shouldn't have put my grandson in no dress. This ain't over with.
Whoa! What does that happen? Whoa! Did she just say what I thought she said? Because he's two. And that don't mean you put a dress on a 2-year-old boy. Give me a second, because I don't want to. A 2-year-old boy. A 2-year-old. We putting dresses on 2-year-olds. See, if the grandfather was dead wrong putting hands and feet on her, He would have been dead wrong for that, right? But obviously, there is no problem with her actions dressing this grandfather's grandson as a girl. But y'all want to talk about fucking Kevin all day. Like, get the fuck out of here. Man, get the fuck on out of here with that shit. I ain't trying to hear it. I don't care. I don't care. You don't dress a boy into a girl. No matter what color of his skin complexion is. See, this goofy ass agenda is gonna get these Karens and these Kens fucked up for real. For real, for real. Confusing these children's gender. If you ask me, that's like some shit that you know, that these high maintenance bureaucrats Europeans will do behind closed doors. Shall I continue the evidence, or is everybody sick to their stomach? Because I think I've seen enough. I think I've seen enough on why we shouldn't trust Karen with you shouldn't trust Karen with your children. Period. Not just black children, period. It's absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. It's more disgraceful than hearing these ex-cons talking about brothers who serve this country are buck broken. But what the fuck were y'all niggas doing when y'all were in jail? And then advertising prison prostitution into the community with their pants sagging and shit, showing their ass crack. It's like, don't like the fuck out of here. But y'all won't talk about brothers are serving a white man's army. Well, what are you doing? I mean, shit, you on white man's YouTube, like Cerulean would say. What else? Even your phone. Even like shit. Do I need to go on? Do I need to go forward? Even the money ain't yours. But you want to talk about buck broken? When half of you niggas got your fair shares of getting gangbanged in prison. Like fuck, like don't you ever. You dirty ass niggas. Don't you ever. Because I have family that served. My late grandfather was a Marine Corps. So what the fuck you talking about? Like you're doing something good for the community. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's like, you ain't no different than these niggas who want to declare war on you niggas. That are probably doing the same old nigga shit as you. Want y'all to look me in my motherfucking eyes as I'm talking to y'all. You're a fucking disgrace and an embarrassment. Y'all ought to be fucking ashamed of yourselves. Trying to big up being a jailbird like that's a good thing. Nigga, the fuck? So what the fuck? What the fuck we talking about? Oh, dirty ass niggas. Like get the fuck on out of here. And y'all are and let me just remind some of you motherfuckers that are in the back. Y'all ain't doing nothing different. Y'all ain't doing nothing different. Nothing different. Besides being a nut ass nigga. I don't know what it feels like. I don't know how it really is to even brag about being a disgruntled nigga, but y'all call yourselves the GOAT. Alright. Show me what makes you the greatest of all times. Better yet, show me that you are the grimiest motherfucker of all times. Because there ain't nothing great about being a disgruntled, buck broken, whitewashed, and also being a lost fucking cause. I don't know what that's like, but I know it ain't good. I damn sure know it ain't good. But shall we continue? But should I continue more of this footage, or are y'all done? Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of sick. I'm kind of sick of this. Just watching this Karen up here. You know what I mean? Acting all stupid like she didn't know what the hell she was doing. It's like this is the type of shit. This is the type of shit that feds me up. That this country is broken, a lost cause, because obviously this country is being led by people who are nothing but a lost fucking cause. A lost fucking cause. A lost fucking cause. But I'm not done. I'm not done yet with these buck broken jailbirds. I'm not done. Because it seems like these are the same type of fuck niggas that got a lot to say, but hardly do any action. It's like put some respect on those who actually served while you were doing while you were prison serving with your goofy asses. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up while you're using the white man's internet, white man's social media, white man's dollars, and all that. Like, shut the fuck up. Talking all that pseudo pro black shit when y'all don't even stand that. Talking all that pseudo pro black and woke talk, but none of y'all actually do the walk the walk. All this fucking talking. And it's like y'all niggas ain't no different than these old ain't shit fossils like BGS and them. Oh yeah, I know the difference between an elder and an older nigga. So let's not get that misconstrued. Let us not, because I get real sick and tired of hearing these pants sagging, goofy ass niggas. So this is my question. So thank you. Misconstrued. Thank you. You know, my New York accent, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's just weird to me. It's just weird. It's just weird to me. It's just weird. And let me just give this a disclaimer. Okay? Let me just give a big disclaimer on this since we're talking about this. I'll go to war with you Ray Rays and you educated niggas anytime and any day. Because this doesn't make no fucking sense. Just say that half of you motherfuckers are envious of each other. But y'all don't really see the real fucking picture. That you're in the same boat as them. But don't let me say so. But going back to these ain't shit niggas talking bad about brothers, but haven't really looked at the stats or even do some research and all. Cause let me tell you something. You know who would probably say fuck the army, fuck this war? Them young white boys. And if I remember correctly, predominantly can't be the white man's army if there's a lot of brothers from each division. But don't let me tell it. Do not let me tell it. No. Do not let me tell it. Do not let me tell it as it is. And thank you for the folks donating, them likes to the collection plate. I do appreciate it. Uh mm, mm, mm. Mm. And it's just where where do we go? And and this is also, since we're heading towards this topic, and I wouldn't say I would look down upon them, but I would be more concerned on how destructive uh either either it's either single parents or paired parents, doesn't matter. Toxicity spreads everywhere if you allow it. If you allow it. So do I feel like um we, and as I mean by we, um all three generations that are present, are we poisoning the well for the next generation? Well, are we? Well, at least there's one that will be honest and say yes. But I can't say that many will actually admit to this, of their dereliction and their toxicity and detriments they have caused their children up to now. Continuing the same type of detriment. Like I said, I don't look down on people, but I will be concerned, because if the child's first teachers have failed them, it take a whole village to raise a child, right or wrong. You know? And it's like, I will also say this. Stop talking about love and actually teach it, motherfucker. That's what these kids need. Instead of dictating their fate on who they should be, when that should be their decision. It's like, if you failed them when they were younger, it's like, don't even try to put your best in if you haven't made you haven't reconciled with them. See, there's a difference between raising your children and actually putting a roof on their heads. You're sheltering them. That doesn't indicate that you're raising them, teaching them about the world, teaching them to know themselves. Basic basic humanity. Basic humanity. And all these niggas can talk about is child support and fucking. And it's like, and you see why, like my man Dre would say, this shit is like a time capsule. These youngins are gonna be looking up to you weird ass old niggas. And they know who they know who the fuck they are. It's like I don't gotta spell it out for them. I don't gotta spell their name out. They come on here just having awkward silence because nobody ain't contributing to their old soft shoe bitch ass. Like fuck you talking about, nigga? These old nondescript ass niggas. Along with these females they created. So let's not talk all this goofy shit, okay? Let's not talk all this goofy ass shit because I'm getting sick of it. I, as a single man, should not be trying to son you niggas that are so-called married on how you've been running a fucking muck. Along with these goofy ass bitches. Correction, females. Along with these fucking man knots. It's like, what we doing here? Like, what exactly are we doing here? Y'all always want to talk about black empowerment, but y'all damn sure don't know how to fucking apply that to your own lives. But you want to project it on to others and make them turn into stunt dummies. But like I said, I ain't here to bring down nobody. But there's going to come to a time where you're going to have to make peace with yourself. Otherwise, it's going to be too little too late. Too little too late. Because you're projecting the same type of dysfunctional dynamics in a household that you were in when you were younger. Let that marinate. Now, I know there are some brothers as well as sisters who are fortunate enough that they didn't have to go through that. Now, will we say we got into some troubles? Yes. It's in our nature as children that we are mischievous. But that is also the parents' duty to discipline their children. And when I mean discipline, I don't mean just taking off your belt and whooping their ass, because that's not going to help. When has physical discipline ever? Now, I'm just going to say, has it worked all the time? Because there's more than one way to make a child to remind themselves not to do that again. There's other ways of disciplining children. Whooping their ass, you know, it's a solution, but I wouldn't say it's the best solution. Because who knows? You might turn these children into monsters one day. Because you can't all you could do is whoop their ass, but you can't explain why'd you did it. That part. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways of disciplining your kids, man. Just because your parents didn't figure out, or what's the word I'm looking for? Just because your parents, and I'm talking to the Gen Xers for a quick second. Just because your parents didn't know any better, do you have to continue that same despicable cycle along with your kids? So they pass it on to their children? What we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, I do believe, whipping your children should be the last resort. Should be the last resort. Should be the last resort for your children. You know what I mean? Like, now, I will say you have those that are very, very fucking hard-headed, but again, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I had to get this shapened up a bit, you know what I'm saying? Just a tiny bit. uh yeah, man. And I would definitely say this, we also need to keep this in mind. We also got some soft ass parents that like to be friends to their children and actually parenting their children as well. I don't give two fucks if you are if either you're a single parent or a couple that are parents. Listen, I'm just saying like this. I don't give a fuck. It's like you're saying you're trying to make your kids better kids, but how are you going to make them better kids when you, as the nucleus, the role model of your children, ain't doing so much of that? but just yelling and cursing at them. Where do we go from there? Well, because they do it. It's like, if I remember correctly, Utah folks got their culture. We also have our culture, how we raised our children. But it seems like we are, well, especially with these punk ass parents nowadays, trying to be a friend to their kids. Stop being a fucking friend and start acting like a parent. Say, it ain't my business as a single dude, but you got these little kids running around bad as hell. Where is the discipline? And whooping their ass in public ain't gonna do jack shit. It ain't. I'm sorry. This ain't the 90s. Okay? This ain't the 80s. All that. It's like, why would you want to embarrass your child? It's like, you're the adult. You should have more control than the child does. But that's none of my business. That is none of my business as a single black man. As a single black man. And it's like, where do we go from here as adults? Y'all want to be taken seriously. Y'all want respect. But how can you demand something when you don't even respect yourself as a whole? Don't even want to respect yourself as a whole, but demand respect from others. Like, how does that work? Y'all need to stop following these goofy ass guidelines that were set. Because it was meant for y'all to be stunt dummies, not to improve. I mean, this country has always been ass backwards. It shouldn't be rocket science. Definitely shouldn't be rocket science to any of us, on how we should navigate and how we should conduct ourselves as adults, like we actually have some decency and decorum. But they ain't ready for this type of teaching. Like the great Field Marshal Cookie would say. You know, big shout out to my Philly brothers. Yeah. And it's like, can you recall when we first stepped into this country? Did we have that dysfunctional way of thinking when they were trying to erase our culture from us? Erase our language? our teachings. Just a thought. You know what I mean? Just a thought. Because I'm not so sure that these folks that call themselves adults are actually adults. So you saying you're an adult doesn't hit different when you're actually being one. And let me say this. In victory, never go over your mark. Keep that thought in mind. Yeah, Gino, but just remember, those offline consequences can backfire and reflect right back at you. And as a pugilist, I'd be very wary. But this is only martial advice. So just going back to the topic. Um yeah, where do we, you know, if you're an adult, you know what I mean, you should already know right from wrong. You know, instead of trying to stoop your thought process to a adolescent's level of thinking. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, I shouldn't wake up early in the morning, you know what I'm saying, and just think about like, damn, will we ever get over this charade that's been in front of us? Or should I say a mirage that's been in front of us that they put up for us? Or better yet, let me not say, you know, just only us, because not only us that are probably getting bamboozled and hoodwinked, but other communities as well. But see, they don't want to tell you that. They don't want to show that on the news. So they just keep on with this white sensational journalism, as well as the narrative, to keep on demonizing um ethnicities, like, you know the black and brown communities. You know what I mean? Want to look at us as deviants, but the real deviant ones that be doing the most heinous acts against their fellow human being. Well, shit. I mean, I'm not making this shit up when it's been fucking documented, publicly documented. Yeah, and you know, wacky, you know, this actually goes back to the question that I asked on on my pre-record. You know what I mean? If you know, if morality is for the weak, then how do you explain these irrational behaviors from those who are in charge? And making everybody, you know, play monkey see, monkey do. This is just my thoughts. You know what I mean? like where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we actually go from here? Where everybody's just on some on some goofy troop type of time. Where do we go? But hopefully there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's just hope it ain't another train coming in. See, that's one thing they forgot to tell you about. Most definitely forgot to tell you about. You know? And going back to the opening of tonight's show. How are we sure, how do we know if we're being independent thinkers or we're just a victim of our own echo chambers? You know? How do we know for sure that we are really independent thinkers or just another prisoner of our own echo chamber? How do we know? I mean, one way to know if we actually have a conversation with another person that totally thinks totally different. For the most part. For the most part. For the most part. Like, how do we know that we have grown out of our echo chamber? Only way to find out is, you know, you start congregating with different groups of people who have, you know, a different school of thought. That's the only way you can find out if, you know, you're actually an independent thinker. Well, correction. Let me bring this word into light as well, since, you know, I don't hear a lot of people, you know, bring this up. Being an independent and it being an independent, eclectic thinker. Now, for those who don't know what eclectic means, oh well, I have time for that as well. To educate a few folks that are in the back that probably don't have a clue what uh that word is. You know what I mean? And this, this ain't to disrespect anybody. You know, I can dig it. I can dig it. So let us let us uh look at the definition of eclectic. All right. Adjective number one. Deriving ideas, style, or taste from a broad and diverse range of resources. Adjective number two. Denoting or belonging to a class of ancient philosophers who did not belong to or found any recognized school of thought, but selected doctrines from various schools of thought. Now, let's look at the noun. A person who derive well, of course, they already said that. That sorry about that. Sorry. I thought they was gonna say something different. Hey, what's going on, Go Professor? Long time no see, man. What's going on? What's going on? Now I know some of the older folk who are probably looking at the title and probably thinking to yourselves, what does he mean by are we poisoning the well for the next generation? And this ain't to single out one group, but us as a whole. Now, I ain't saying like me included, but then again, let's throw myself in there as well because I'm not a I'm not a perfect individual. You know what I mean? When I say, are we poisoning the well for the next generation? I will have to I will have to say 50-50. Oh, hey man, hey, that spirit hits me like that spirit hits me, you know. You know what I mean? It's like I just let that you know what I mean? But I want to show people that go professor that what I mean, I'm versatile. I'm not just, a producer and shit and you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I do have serious conversations, for the most part. For the most part. But like yeah, it's like, you going back to the subject, but Gino may be right, but I will also say this, where or how do we get to that point of promoting dumb shit? You know what I mean? Because like I said before, our parents were our first teachers. If our parents failed us, you know what I mean, there chances are that you're going to have young men and women that are acting rebellious because on how, you know, how they perceive the world when they stepped outside of their home. Now, I do agree. I do agree that we as millennials need to take accountability for our, you know, behavior of clout chasing. I definitely do agree. Definitely do agree on that. Definitely do agree. You know what I mean? But it only takes one, maybe two, maybe a few others in this generation, that could turn the tides. But as we see it, we seem to get caught up um in the matrix. Not just what's around us, but we could also get caught up in the matrix by our own own way of thinking. You know what I mean? That's why I always say, like, are we really independent thinkers, or we just like the rest of these um nondescript niggas that are just stuck inside that echo chamber, and they got to keep up with that characteristics, along with that characteristics, you know? Yeah. Straight up. All the way up. You know what I'm saying? But it's been an hour. I'm really not I'm trying my best, like, to conduct not a lengthy stream, because I know I was going to that road of just streaming 7 hour streams and shit. But what I mean, I'll definitely drop the link for those who actually want to participate in the conversation. If not, stay your ass in the chat box, cause I ain't got time. I ain't got time for this fuckboy shit that half of you old niggas are on. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. You know what I mean. I try. I do try. I do try. But the panel is open for those who want to share their thoughts on tonight's discussion. And before we start, before we do a continuation on the current subject, let me just say this for the next subject that we're probably going to be talking about. See, I have this stigma, right? See, it was okay when we say the word nigga, right? But you know what my problem is? So it's like, it's okay for us to say nigga, but we can't say the F bomb though. Even though y'all, even though you have folks that have, you have, let me say, a group that have infiltrated, um, our group, and pretty much trying to turn every man and woman out, including confusing children about their own genders. See, when I talk about stuff like these, I don't talk out of hatred. I'm talking as an individual who is very concerned, and at the same time, at the same time, not really rocking with they're putting this in children's program and excuse me, and confusing them on their gender. I mean, shoot, I don't really say much about it because it's not my business, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and play along with that shit. I'm really not. And if these soft and brittle ass folks from that community have a problem with what I say, why don't you, the next time I do a stream, have a talk with me, have a chat with me, and I'll tell you what I feel that I feel folks are being obituary line steppers. Then again, like I said, this is no hate, but I'm not going to sit here and be disrespected. Um, honestly, man, and to be all and just to be all the way honest, um, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I know that I got a sexual organ that plants seeds, just like you know what I'm saying, like women, have the ability to give birth once that seed is planted. That's all I know. I don't know about no fucking originators about, you know, of one gender. Well, to be truth be told, Go Professor, I don't listen to Marilyn Manson. So like honestly, this is one thing I will say. I know of them, but I don't play along with their narrative. You know what I mean? And not only that, since we're on Marilyn Manson, um, despite, how many people have judged this dude, but I will say this, man, if you've seen one of his interviews, man, like he's a very bright individual. You know what I mean? Despite on what he talks about, and these soft ass parents are looking at him like he's a threat to their children when they're really a threat to their children. But we don't talk about that though. We don't talk about how we could be toxic and very dangerous to your own children. Hell, to your own hell, I mean shit. To your own nieces and nephews or grandchildren. And you know, and shit. Hmm. She'll say, mm. But then again, you know what I mean? I wouldn't know anything. You know what I mean? A lot of people deem me as a fool. So, hey, I'll ride with it. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. Hold up. What's going on, Wacky?
What's good? What's good, yo? What's going on?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Nothing, man. Just,
Shit,
you know, chilling and sipping.
I feel you, man. I feel you. You was dropping some good jewels in this stream, man. You was dropping some good jewels. That
Hey,
stuff
man.
yeah,
I
that's
try.
yeah, yeah. You were saying things that people in the internet world need to hear, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah. But I'm saying like and I'm glad that someone else is finally talking about something like this because rarely do you see people within our generation, the millennial generation,
Mm-hmm.
actually talking about that. What you have is a lot of millennials crying and complaining about how the past generation failed them. You know how the past generation failed them. Well, guess what? Us millennials, we're in our 30s, in our 40s, and some of us about to, either we're in our 30s or we're in our 40s or we close to being in our 40s. So we already grown.
Yeah.
So now it's our time. Now it's our time. We got to hold the mantle now. So
Mm-hmm.
we're at that point where we're about to become elders. So
Yeah.
we have the power to change the future and do what it. Excuse me. I'm sorry. We are in the position now where we could actually be the elders that our elders were not, and we can
Exactly.
actually change instead of continuing the change, excuse me, instead of continuing the chain of dysfunction, we're in a
Mm,
position where we could break that chain of dysfunction and
right.
actually set up a brand new path for the future. But what are we doing? We're acting like these old niggas crying over pussy online.
Or
Ain't that
talking
some shit?
about,
Excuse my
yeah.
language.
No, no. Hey, man. Listen. Say what you feel. About yeah, and not only that, or their favorite recipe, Kevin. What about Kevin? Kevin doing the good work. you know.
Boy, boy, Obsidian calls him Saint Kevin. But hold on for a minute. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. And just to alley oop on that, what Wacky was saying, uh, I don't know how I feel about calling somebody Saint Kevin when they really were in it for the money. Not really to help out brothers, but really in it for the money. I mean, that's just my take, on how he presented himself while he was alive. So, it would be foolish of me to continue on talking about this man who is no longer um in this realm of the living. Like these dysfunctional ass niggas. That's that's my you know so you know where I stand on that shit. Definitely know where I stand. Man, Toya. You know what? Hold on, let me read this out loud. Only the ghosts and wacky in the wacky world of old TV. Do y'all see the meme about how we're not the adults our parents were? Laughable. Laughable. Very, very fucking laughable. Very laughable. Very, very laughable.
Yo, what's up? What's up? I'm back.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up? I just read the
Um.
comment that. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just
Mm-hmm.
read the comment that you highlighted when Toya
Mm-hmm.
said that. Did y'all see the meme? Hell, we're not the adults our parents were. Nobody having cookouts. Well, how can we have cookouts when people in our age range don't want to cook? You know, it's like now we look at cooking as a form of slavery, especially the females within our generation. I ain't cooking. I ain't cooking. That's a bunch of slavery. This ain't the 1940s no more. And now
But
look,
but but
no
wait
big Sunday dinners, no more big Sunday dinners, no more cookouts, no more big barbecues. So we have less time where the family could come in, you know, not only our immediate family, but our, cousins, aunts, and uncles can come in, spend time with each
Mm-hmm.
other like we used to do in the past. Because of some simple
Mm-hmm.
shit, excuse my language, of people not wanting to cook because for some reason in our generation, we view cooking as a form of slavery. It's like, okay, so you mean feeding people is a form of slavery? How you expect people to live if you're not going to feed them?
Yeah, and it's like e- e- Buddhists feed people who are poor and don't have any money. So it's like, and it's let's be real here. Any form of slavery is you doing what the master tell you to do. But you mean to tell me cooking is slavery? Well, how the fuck you gonna feed yourself?
These niggas be working 80 hours a week talking about they not slaves because they ain't cooking. what you think working 80 hours a week is? I mean, no disrespect to the brothers. No disrespect to brothers like me and you that work hard, but it is
Mhm.
slavery.
It is. It is slavery. It is slavery compared to feeding yourself as well as feeding your family for the most part. But it's like, and you know what I was thinking, man? Like I was thinking the reason why our generation of women don't want to cook is, well, shit. Who put that? Who put that idea in their head just to steal young men? I'll wait.
Mm, mm, mm.
I'll wait. I'll
Mm.
wait. Cause it's just like how young men are having problems dating women in their age bracket because there's been a little bit of dirty macking in between on lying on young boys, telling them that they broke, but well, who made it that way?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like it damn sure wasn't us.
Nah.
especially me when I was growing up. It's like how can this be my fault when I am just coming of age as an adult? But what the fuck would I know, right? It's like, what in God's green earth would I know?
And like People always talk about, right? I'm sorry, I mean, like that.
Oh, go ahead. Hey, man.
Yeah, I love my
At
life.
at this hour, shit. I
Hell
don't
yeah.
blame anybody that needs to eat.
You know, it's like, a lot of people always speak about how you have parents jealous of their children when their children is growing up and becoming teenagers and young adults,
Mhm.
and the parents see the potential in their child on the
Mhm.
verge or having they see the potential of the child being better than them.
Mm.
That parent
Mm.
gets jealous and will purposely not teach that child certain things that they need to know, like basic life skills, in order
Mhm.
to function properly in life. And they
Eh, mhm.
purposely avoid teaching them that so they can fail, so that child won't grow to be better than them. And that's the type of right now, that's the type of things you see children going through with their own parents being jealous of them. How how the hell are parents becoming jealous of their own children? Shouldn't you want your children to be greater than you? Because that's your
Right.
legacy. You want
Right.
your legacy, you want your legacy to do better as generations pass by. You're supposed to raise them to be better. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mm. Oh, I was also going to say, like, um, you know, what is the the usual recipe for that type of behavior? It all falls on to that individual's parents, the household he or she was in. You know what I mean? And this ain't to make no excuse, but like,
Yeah, you're right.
at the same time, like when you come to an age of adulthood, it's like you going it's like it should be second nature to know that what you're doing is not right, because on how they raised you. Because nobody didn't tell you that you know what you were doing on how your parents raised you wasn't really the right way to go about it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, you're right about that. It's that chain of dysfunction that I spoke about earlier.
Yeah, yeah,
Pa-
absolutely. Yeah.
parents, parents
Mm-hmm.
being dysfunctional because 9 times out of 10 they grew up in a dysfunctional household, and their
Mm-hmm.
parents grew up in a dysfunctional household. So the dysfunction keeps on
Spiral.
it continues from generation to generation, and that's why I
Yeah.
said earlier, us millennials, we're in a position where we could break that chain of dysfunction, where
Mm-hmm.
we could break that chain of dysfunction and say no more.
Yeah.
We have
Absolutely.
to, instead of sitting there complaining about what past generations did. We have to focus on what should we do that was different from what past generations did in order to break that cycle of dysfunction.
Mm.
Because because if we don't do that, we're just going to continue that cycle, and
Yeah.
thus the next generation is going to look at us the same way we view prior generations, as a bunch of failures, and be angry at them. But like I said in the
Mm-hmm.
comment section, and I also said this in one of my past videos,
Mm-hmm.
the difference between our generation now and the past generations is that now, since so many people are on social media, you
Mm.
have digital records
Mm-hmm.
of what millennials was doing and was talking about in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2019. So now future generations can be like, therefore, if us as millennials do not
Mm-hmm.
do something to change the future, you know what the next generation is going to say? Well,
Mm-hmm.
in 2022, this is what you niggas was talking about. They just, go on YouTube and they'll
Mm-hmm.
pop up so many videos from 2022 where niggas keep talking about Kevin Samuels, Kevin, high value man, Kevin, high value man.
Puss, Pussy and child support.
Pussy and child support. Pussy and child support. You know, I keep getting rejected. Incel. You know, oh, the friend zone. You know, oh,
Yeah.
nobody want to date me because I'm a pook. I'm not a pookie. And the next generation says, where are those videos in which you got like-minded people to come together and to do something productive out in the real world in order to change society for so we could have a better future? Where were these conversations? No, you guys
Mhm.
spent 8, 9, 10 hours on the internet crying over some female that rejected you back in 1982. Yeah.
What? And it's like even I got my first taste of rejection, although it was petty as fuck. I got over that shit. It was like, man, listen, there's millions of women that will give me a try because of that one goofy bitch that decided that it was all cute and shit. That, you know what I mean, she wanted to be petty to a person for no reason. But one thing that I've learned, that my good advisor, Dre said, and eventually, I do believe it. Bad things do happen to good people. you know.
Yeah, bad. I I say this: bad
Mm-hmm.
things happen to good people, for so good people could learn how to be stronger. That's it.
Mm,
Bad things happen to
mm,
good people, for so good people learn how to be stronger. How could you learn how to be stronger if the only things that happen to you are good things? You know,
mm-hmm.
like trials and tribulations are just experiences that we go through to make our spirit stronger and much more wiser, because you learn a
Right.
lot through trials and tribulations and just different experiences. Even if it's embarrassing, you can look back and learn from it, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but when it comes to, like, for example, I'll just take something as simple as rejection, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
When it comes to rejection in any part of life, whether a person of the opposite sex that you was interested in rejected you, or you got
Mm-hmm.
rejected from a
Yeah.
job offer, or you got rejected from some business offer, it teaches you how to stay determined and stay focused, and how not to give up on searching for
Mm.
what you want. It keeps
And
giving
it
you that
also,
drive. That,
yeah. Oh, I was going to also say, and it also teaches you. It also makes people who counted you out regret later on when you are doing better than them.
yeah, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it does. It does. And rejection also teaches you, it also gives you a moment where you can sit back and learn from that experience and learn what is it about yourself that you can improve, for so you won't be rejected the next time around. You
Yeah.
know, just,
You know,
just like,
and it's and it kind of kills me when you hear these passport quote unquote bros and SYSBM cats, right? Going overseas, but it's like, like my man DS1 said, just because you go overseas, that doesn't end all your problems on that you have when you were in America. So it's like, how in the fuck how in the fuck do you think going overseas is going to change everything when change starts with you as the individual? You know what I mean? Not the woman. Because I get sick and tired of hearing these goofy ass motherfuckers talking about, we change for the woman. No, you're supposed to change for you, for your sake, not them. They're enhancement. It's like, the fuck out of here. But I digress.
Yeah. You're supposed to. You're correct though. You're right. A person is supposed to change for themselves, so they can be a better person within,
Hmm.
and they're not supposed to change just to get something else. Just to gain
Exactly.
something. I mean, even though internal will will result in your surroundings changing, but your
Hmm.
main intentions for changing is for you could be a better person internally, you know. But
Hmm. Right.
me,
Right.
I personally, I don't have anything against people that decide to go overseas and date or expand their dating options.
Hmm.
But if you're going overseas for just a piece of ass, that's pitiful.
Yeah, it's like
That's
you could get a piece of ass while
yeah,
you in the United
yeah,
States. So
yeah.
it's like
Now,
my
now,
my guy, like
now,
you need
granted,
it.
go
Uh
ahead.
huh.
Now,
Oh.
granted, in
Mhm.
in in other there are other countries where the females in these other countries were cultured differently than females in America. So therefore,
Mhm.
they're cultured with a certain family values and certain morality. And if guys in America are looking for that, then
Mhm.
that's one thing. But
Right.
it seems as though
Uh
the
huh.
passport bros specifically, right, that
Right.
they're
Right.
just looking to go overseas just for a piece of ass. And I'm like, huh? What? You spending all that money travel overseas just for some ass? That's it?
And then start pissing Charizards when they come back to the states.
Right, right,
like
right,
it's like what you did all you crossed the pond just to do that when
right,
you could have
right.
got and it's like going back to what you said like in my past streams, like easy pussy is not that hard to find, but
It's
a
not.
real but a real woman who actually got that wop and also plays her part, that's a rarity.
Yeah, yeah. That's hard to find.
That's hard to find. That's hard to find a chick that is exclusive. But see,
Yeah,
we got so dumbed down into or dumbed down or even say shamed into taking these fee-fails. Cause it's like I honestly, like, I don't know what real man would actually make them a wife when they were only a nighttime playtime.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
They are on one night vacation.
A one night vacation. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Shoot, and ain't nobody. I ain't gonna let nobody shame me to wife up a one night vacation. Nah, you could
Yeah,
try to shame me all you want. It's all good with me.
it's all
Yeah,
good.
I'm good. Yeah, but I keep telling these weak ass niggas in these spaces that a one night vacation is not hard to find, but
Mm-hmm.
someone that's worthy of being with you for a lifetime, that's very hard to find. That's what's hard to find. A woman of substance, a woman of quality, a woman who has the characteristics to be a wholesome wife, a woman that possesses loyalty, intelligence, wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
submission, who
Mm-hmm.
has trust, who do not have insecurity issues,
Yeah.
who has honor, who has dignity, who has respect.
Mm-hmm.
These qualities, a female that has these virtuous qualities is hard to find, which is no disrespect to any females watching this, but that's just the truth as I see it. You have
Mm-hmm.
more Cardi B's than you have Asada
Lauren Hills.
Shakur's and Lauren Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. The Lauren Hills and Asada Shakur's, where they at? There ain't too many of them, you know.
I gotta highlight what Toya said. Wait, why y'all stop speaking English?
Oh shit. Too funny.
I I guess
Too
I guess
funny.
I guess I guess being real needs to have or talking real, talking genuine should have its own language. You know what I mean? Like, oh man. But just to backpedal on one of the subject matters that I was talking about. Where do we go from here as adults? You know what I mean? Like, where do we go from here as adults? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we do know that there are some boomers that failed. Failed compared to the boomers that actually succeeded and didn't lead their kids astray by you know prime. I hate to make this as an example, but you know Angry Man's case, prime example. You know how you know what I mean, he pretty much has vitriol towards his first teacher, his mother, that abandoned him. You know what I mean? And this is just not to this ain't to poke fun at him, and I do feel the resentment that people have from his actions. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. He definitely got a lot to answer for. I'm definitely not against that. But it's just a prime example of him uh he's just another prime example of why uh you know Gen Z is looking at niggas like him sideways on the message that he sent forth and all. But that's I mean shit.
What message was he sending forth?
Self-destruction.
Really? Damn.
Well, let's if, let me just
Oh, you're saying in
speak.
general, like his content in general.
Yeah, in
Okay.
general, in
Okay, I
general,
agree.
not
I agree.
even though the points that he made, like even though I don't like how he talks to people or how he treats people that did shit for him, but it's
Mm.
like you know what I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like he's right, but at the same time, you know, he's dead wrong on how he fucked people over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I take that as a double-edged sword. Just of course, I was a young lieutenant back in those Black Order days.
Okay.
But like just to see now on, it's just like,
Yeah.
bro, it's like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. 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 See,
Uh-huh.
that's the low hanging fruit right there.
Mm.
That's the low hanging fruit. He like people like that, and people like BGS and all
Mm-hmm.
them other Negroes who, if there wasn't any YouTube, they'd be failed Negroes. If YouTube never existed,
Oh, we could just say that they niggas. It's
yeah, they
okay.
niggas. They niggas. Yeah, yeah, they're just
It's okay.
they're just the low hanging fruit that we have to pluck them out the tree and throw them away and forget about them, man, because that low hanging fruit would not only be in danger of rotting the rest of the fruit, but they can be in danger of making the tree fall.
Nah.
So people like that. So we have to accept the fact that there are just a certain amount of our own kind that we have to completely leave them behind because they're destructive. And people like that are destructive. I mean, you have these individuals on the internet who came in the internet who never had good intentions. They came on the internet with the agenda to benefit themselves. They never had any good intentions, and people like that are quick to stab anybody in the back if it benefits them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And especially when you're not close enough to them to smack them across the face.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
That part. Like there's I mean, I hate to say it, there's so many you know, and I don't want to put my vase in this group, but there's so many niggas who are Dre's age that act like they're fucking 18 years old, and they act like an individual like myself won't fucking roundhouse kick them until they jaw breaks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's like, you know, now that we're on this topic, and it's like, you know, from my experience from dealing with old disgruntled niggas, who jump off the porch for the wrong fucking reasons. You know what I mean? Like need to learn to fall back before somebody makes you really want to respect life fully.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you got a lot of goofy ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Especially James Kills. Yeah, and I stand on my disrespect on that. Yeah, you have individuals like him and Angry Man and all these sexually deprived, degenerate ass niggas. You know, that are just trying to steer the younger crowd as a stunt dummy. You know what I mean? And it's just like I always said before, like, if you have no good intentions, get the fuck out the way.
Yeah, get out the way. Get out the way. If you don't have good intentions, get out the way.
Because you might get run over. You know, you might get run over violently. And it ain't going to be fucking pretty either.
And it's very embarrassing to the black male collective when you have people who are in their 40s that act like children. Right. And I'm just saying that in general because I've seen this even in my real life, man. They're in their 40s and still act like as if they're teenagers, man. It's like, dude, you spent 40 years on this earth and you still haven't grown up. Like it, like the more time a person lives on this earth, the more things that they experience. And the more things that they experience, the more they should learn from their experiences that would make them wiser individuals. You mean to tell me if you lived in this earth 40 plus years, you haven't become a wiser individual to the point, the fact that you have to act like a damn 18-year-old?
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, and that goes for, the people, goes for uh I don't even want to call them grown men. I'ma just say little niggas in grown men's bodies.
Yeah,
Like that 18-year-old, or should I say second childhood,
yeah,
that should have been, that should not be present.
yeah. They, yeah. Just like I love that song that Nas came out with Second Childhood. That came off
Mm-hmm.
his Stillmatic album. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I made a video about that. How you have a lot of people who are living their second childhood on YouTube.
Right.
They're living their second childhood, you know, having that Peter Pan syndrome, or Peter Pan's never want to grow up.
Yeah, never, yeah. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid looking
Right,
ass.
right, right, right.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's a damn shame. And when you got these Peter Pans, these 40-year-old Peter Pans living their
Mm-hmm.
second childhood, what they're doing is they're giving legitimacy to the many stereotypes that society placed on us as black men.
Mm-hmm.
How
Mm-hmm.
how we're derelict. That's one of the stereotypes out there on us black men. How
Mm-hmm.
we're stupid. We have no sense of purpose in life. We don't have our
Mm-hmm.
priorities in order. These are the stereotypes that these males are promoting when they acting like they Peter Pan, or when they are being their Peter Pan selves.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff
Mm-hmm.
must stop. That stuff must stop, and you're poisoning the next generation. And you wonder why the next generation don't respect the quote unquote old heads.
Yeah, because look, it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
I want to take what a 15-year-old young sister had to say. I may not remember what exactly her words, but I'll just put it in my interpretation of, she went about like, adults have cars, have phones, have a house, this, that, and the third. But you mean to tell me, with all these things, you can't operate as an adult?
Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm.
I mean, I don't give a fuck if you. I don't give a fuck. Like, six, just because you got six figures, like, what is that? What?
Wow.
You? It's like, you don't think the universe is watching and following your bad karma in in
Mm-hmm.
in your in your folder. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
keep thinking.
I
Keep
thought.
think.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Finish. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, keep thinking that karma doesn't exist. You will only be a fool, just like folks think that when they heard the devil saying that he didn't exist. Well, shit, look at the fucked up shit that we're in now.
You damn well know the devil exists. Shit. Yeah. You know what's so funny? It's like
Uh-huh.
when people try to use money
Uh-huh.
and other material things
Mm-hmm.
to legitimize their value as a person,
Right.
it shows you that they have no real personality or character whatsoever. Like, granted,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing wrong with having money. There's nothing wrong with being economically successful. That's what we should
No,
all
there's
strive for.
really like, there
But
is really nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with that. But that should not be your material possessions, should not be what qualify you as a human being.
Or better yet, that shouldn't be your personal merit.
Thank you. That shouldn't be your personal merit. Because as far
You
as
know
I
what I
know,
mean?
like the
Yeah,
good old saying is that man makes the money, money doesn't make the man. You
exactly.
you as the man are the one that makes the money. The money should not develop who you are as a person. Your character
Mm-hmm.
is what should develop you, and it's your character that puts you in a position to gain the resources that you have. It should
Right.
not be the other way around. So when people try to use, once again, when people try to use their resources to
Mm-hmm.
try to gain some sort of acceptance from people, it shows you that they
Mm-hmm.
have no real personality whatsoever. Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah, I got this much. When you hear these 40, 50-year-old motherfuckers argue on here, and one of the biggest arguments that they have when they argue with someone else is, you broke, I got this, I got that, I got this car, I got that car, I got this house, I got that house, you broke. Yeah, you ain't got no money. I'm like, hold on. And I sit back, I'm like, do you know that these are the same argument points that emotional females use when they're mad at a guy? You broke ass
Exactly.
nigga. You broke ass nigga. You ain't shit.
And you know what? Not only that, and thank you for reminding me, it's like some of these dudes can't let go of the hurt and and the wrong decisions that they made dealing with these certain women that that what I mean, and what I mean, anybody can correct me if I'm wrong when I say this. It it's just like it's just like it's like a never ending fucked up cycle of where you know good people are getting hurt by hurt people, and the good people becoming those hurt people by damaging other people that
Yes.
didn't do nothing to them. So it's
Yes.
like it's kind of like they're trying to continue this type of dysfunctionality,
Yes.
and
Yes.
which is irking my fucking nerves.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know
A lot of these people need to go to therapy. They are in desperate need. Well, I would not even say therapist. They need a certified psychologist to to treat them and diagnose them with the many types of mental illness that they suffer from and get some help. That's what they need. And it's not to disrespect those who suffer from mental illness. I'm being serious. I'm
Yeah,
serious
I
because
was. Trust me, listen. I've been there.
yeah,
I'm one of them.
yeah.
like,
I mean, listen. Listen, as long as people get help, that's all that matters.
that's all that
Because
matters.
sometimes people do need help. Sometimes people do need help. There's nothing wrong with that. We're only human.
Yeah,
we, we're
yeah,
not infallible. No human being in this earth is infallible. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes I need help. I'm only human.
yeah,
We all need help sometimes.
yeah, yeah,
I've been there, but I sort of did it the harder way, which is like
mhm.
self-treatment, which I don't recommend other people doing. you
Well, I
know.
mean, I look at it like this. It depends. Your state of mind,
Hmm.
really, because like you could self-treat you could either way, like you could self-treat yourself without relying on drugs, you know what I mean, as well as the total opposite. But either way, it's kind of like um you know what I mean, it's like you gotta be mindful, because like since you're like um self-healing,
Hmm.
like you also have to be mindful that you're still like around the company that you keep
Hmm.
from your earlier stages of life,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And thank God I let go of that company. Thank God.
You and
Yeah,
me both, brother.
yeah, yeah. I had, there,
You and
there
me
was a
both.
there was a whole lot of dead weight in my life that I had to let go of. And when I let that go, boy, my life got better. And my blessings came tenfold.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
yeah. But you're right about that, Oni. You're definitely right. Because if you're around a certain company,
mm-hmm.
they'll trigger certain things.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah.
exactly. Exactly. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You know, people don't think that it's a thing, but you know, in life, like you're gonna change the circles that you're in.
Yeah.
Because at a point, like you may have thought um this certain way along with these individuals, but now that you're at a point of growing, it's like, do I really need to stay in this echo chamber along with them?
Right. 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 Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That very good point. Because part of growth is that you're just going to have to leave some people behind. Some people behind.
Exactly.
Because some
Exactly. You're
people.
gonna have to leave.
Yeah. Because some people are going to try to. Because people are not that dumb. Some people will detect the growth in you, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll try to stunt that growth in you.
Hell
They
yeah.
try to
Hell yeah.
stunt that growth in you. So that's why you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. Like Toya said in the comments section, she said, "Be
Mm-hmm.
careful around them energy vampires." Yep,
Oh
you got energy
yes.
vampires. Yeah.
And
Oh
just to say this, you know, because you know, me and you, Wacky, we we we're older, and you
yeah.
know, we're heading towards the 40 club
Yeah.
and all. Well,
Yeah.
I got a few more years left in me in
Yeah.
my 30s club and
Yeah.
shit, but
I'm close to it. I'm close to that 40. Yep.
you know, I man. Yeah, and one thing that I would say to the younger brothers, you know, and I know you probably don't want to listen to me because you feel like uh I'm one of these old fuckhead ass niggas and shit. You know, and by every right, you should feel the same way. But hear me out when I say this. Do you? But beware of these beauty slash energy vampires, because they will do a number on you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah, they
will.
will. Yeah, they will.
They
They
will.
will.
No, no matter, you know, if you decided to date outside of your ethnic group, you know what I mean, be always mindful. Be
They
always
exist in all
mindful.
colors. They exist in all
Yeah,
colors and ethnicities.
cause what you left, because you know what I mean, like how you are is who you're going to attract.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. And not only that, energy vampires can come in, you know, someone of the opposite gender that you're interested in and that you're dating.
Mm-hmm.
You can have energy vampires as your friends. You can have energy vampires as your family. Yo, even your family, your relatives that you was raised with could be some bad energy vampires that you gotta stay away from. I learned
Oh
that.
yeah.
I learned
Shit.
that, man. I had to, man, listen, I stated this before. Like the
Mm-hmm.
majority of my mother's side of the family, I had to cut them off, man. They were straight demons. But I had to cut them off, man. I had to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Toya's in the building. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Toya?
Hey Oni, hey Wacky.
What's up, Toya?
Y'all cooking. I just had to come get a little bit of meat off the bone because y'all up here cooking.
Oh, okay. No salt.
Well, hey,
Nah, I
hey.
don't cook with salt anyway, so yeah.
Uh-oh.
Wait. As long as it's sea salt, you're good. But other
Yeah,
than that, what FTA approves, I
I
definitely
know.
look at that side eye. You
I
know what I'm
know.
saying?
No, I know. I grew up in a house where my mom believed in seasoning food with actual seasoning, not salt and pepper. But so yeah, like I like when I'm tenderizing meat, I put salt on it. But other than that, that's it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, I cooked some beef tonight. Actually, I made some homemade mashed potatoes and some stew beef and some spinach.
Mm.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not the time of year for that, but I was just craving it.
Mm.
Anyway, I wanted to come up here and just echo you guys' sentiment in terms of like I can relate to what you were saying, Wacky, about having to cut off a lot of your mother's side of the family.
Mm.
I actually had a similar conversation with my mother a few years ago, just based on like me creating boundaries that were healthy, and it's not easy to do that when it comes to family, especially when it comes to parents, because those are supposed to be your immediate support system, but now more than ever it's more important to protect your mental peace, and I say that all the time on my channel, but I really live by that as well. It's important that you wake up in the morning and you feel good about who you are so that you can go be that for the day. And so many people don't even have that luxury. So I just wanted to, man, y'all are saying some good stuff tonight.
Yeah. No, we're not saying no good stuff because we're not getting at these women's. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Oh,
nah,
well, okay, well now this one's up here. You can
we're
go right
getting
at
at
it.
the we're
Nah.
getting at these disgruntled niggas and bitches along with
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
disgruntled parents. Uh
yeah. But now, Toya, Toya's absolutely correct.
no, she is.
Your mental peace, your mental and spiritual peace means more than anything because if you don't have that, you'll stress out, and stress is a big killer of human beings.
Yes,
It
indeed.
gets the ball rolling.
It gets the ball rolling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. And I'm a firm believer, I'm not a medical expert. This is just my theory that one reason why you see a lot of people suffer from heart attacks, especially at the tender age of 30 and 41 and 42, not only due to bad diet, it's due to stress.
Hmm.
Mm.
And it has been proven that stress can cause cancer on the body. So, and a lot of that is due to not only bad diet, but us not having that mental and spiritual peace. And let me tell you something, at 37 years old, ain't nobody going to disturb my peace. You could be my own mama.
Mm-hmm.
If you're disturbing my peace, you have to go out of my life. No, no,
Facts.
no, no, no. I'm not going to tolerate that. And I had to learn that the hard way with the majority of my mother's side of the family. And once I cut them off, like I said before, my life got a whole lot better.
Mm. Mm.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
You radiate that though, Wacky. When you speak,
Yeah.
it comes off of you that you're not about the play. Folks can't come to you half stepping. Like nothing about you says, "Come at me, fugazi." So I think whatever you've been doing has been working for you because it shows. You can always tell the people who aren't creating those boundaries in their lives and they keep the fuckery around them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel bad for these few people because how can people do that? I don't sorry. I try my best. I let people know, listen, I'm a nice guy, but respect me and I respect you back. But yeah,
Yeah.
you have to set that boundary.
Yeah. Yeah. And and it's like because I will say this because I can't really say that any one of y'all actually went through this ordeal that I had. You know what I mean? Like learning how to be a man by your damn self, you know, without a positive male role. Well, let me not say my uncle-in-law was by far the best, role model, you know, that came into my life when he married my aunt and all. But it's like the feeling, but it's just like, how can I put it? Because what I mean, he's a father himself, you know, and it's just like, what can you do in this day and age? You know what I mean, when your parents have failed you, you know, it's like the only thing you could do is like 50 would say, you know what I mean, if you didn't have nobody to run to whenever shit was, you know, shit was just, out of your control because you were a little boy, like, of course, like, at this point, like, you got to learn how to be an adult by observing other people, you know. But I'm just going on a tangent.
No, I'm feeling you because I think for me, I had to go back and parent my inner child. Like I had to start writing
Mm,
myself letters because there's a lot of shit that happened to me when I was younger that no child should have to go through. But when you don't have the ability to articulate those things and you just you bottle them up or you deal with them however you deal with them, once you become an adult, you're responsible for that little girl now. You can't,
right. Yeah.
that's how I talk to myself about it, and I check in with myself a lot. Um because that little girl lives inside of me, and a lot of times she comes out because I'm tapping into those feelings of either not being heard or not being cared for in the ways that I need to be. And so you just have to, I think, pay attention to when those things happen, because life, it really isn't about the number of ages you grow to be as much as it is about the growth that you experience. um,
Mm,
and so, like what you guys were talking about earlier about mental health and being able to talk to people, that's why these conversations are important. You can go on a tangent with people like us because we're your family, and we're not going to sit here and judge you for it, and we're not going to be like, yo, what are you talking about? We're going to be like, yo, it's good that you're getting it out, or yo, I can relate, or you know what I'm saying? Like, here, why don't you
mm-hmm,
look at this? Like, that's what's necessary to be done, because none of us gets out of this whole life thing alive anyway. So why don't we make the best of it while we're here?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm a firm believer is that we we can learn from our past. Well, of course, we're supposed to learn from our past. And look in our past and look at the do's and don'ts of our past. Look at what transpired in our past. Look at what not to do in certain situations. Look at the things that we did wrong. Look at the things that we did right. And look at the things that other people did wrong, and learn not to do that onto others. And learn
Mm-hmm.
how to, and we have to look at, that's part of growing up and being an adult, is that we have to be able to look at things on an objective level, which means
Mm-hmm.
separate yourself and look at things as if you're watching a movie. Look at your life and look at your experience as if you're watching a movie on television, as if it's not your life at all, it's just another person's life, and objectively judge the different things you've experienced and the different type of people you went around, and learn how, okay, this person mistreated me a certain way. I know how much pain that I've went through when a person treated me a certain way, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to learn how to not put other people through that same pain that I went through.
Right.
Because
Right.
when it comes to our
Yeah.
past, you know, of, you know, I think if you're back in America, you're gonna go through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Black in America, you're gonna go through some shit because we've just been messed up all over, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Unfortunately, like we've been messed up to act to act um to act like these mental asylum patients that run the country today.
I,
you know.
I truly believe that whoever created Batman, the comic series, and who came up with the idea of Arkham Asylum, they went to the Black community. Unfortunately, the Black community is Arkham Asylum. Well, if someone may disagree, and that's fine. But what I was trying to say is that we could look at our past and look at our past experiences on an objective level and see everything around us that was wrong and what was right, and learn from it and learn not to do that unto others, because we can't change our past, but we can change our present, and we can change tomorrow. And although we cannot change the dysfunction that we've been through in the past, but we can change whether or not that dysfunction will continue. We can do that. And that's why I said, Toya, are you a millennial?
I am.
Yeah, you're a millennial. Okay, so we got 3 millennials on here. People think I'm a Gen Xer, but I'm a millennial.
I know. I was just talking about that today. Somebody told me that I'm not a millennial. I'm a part of the lost generation or something like that. Like, because we're between millennials and Gen X.
The only question I'm going to say is, whose man's is that?
but like I said,
this whole time I just figured, since I was born in '83, I was probably a millennial. But
you're a millennial.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone born?
I like talking about my age. Close as fuck to 40.
Oh, well, shoot. Same here. Same here. Listen, the longer you live, the thing is, a lot of people have this thing with age, in which, listen, the longer you live, you know what that means? That means you did the right thing.
Yeah,
obviously, you did something right for you to live that long, because a lot of people are not in the position that we're in. Okay?
You're right.
A lot of people are not in the position that we're in. Yeah, but like I said before, us as millennials, we're in a position now where our generation is entering eldership. So we're in a position where we can stop the dysfunction, and that's all we can do: stop the dysfunction, and be an asset to the next generation. And me, I'm the type of person, I want to leave this earth. Whenever I leave this earth, I want to leave this earth with people looking at me and saying, you know what? I learned a lot from this person. This person have told me things and did things for me that saved my life. I want to have that. Whenever I leave this earth, I want to leave this earth with people saying that, with people that's close to me saying that about me. And I think that's how the millennials, that's how we should be thinking.
Yeah, and I think that's totally possible.
Yeah.
So
that is possible.
So any final thoughts from y'all? Any final thoughts before I close the stream? Because my greatest producer, Char Willie, will always say, anything past 2 hours will lead to a whole fuckery. But I know that we are having a good conversation. But I ain't trying to do a fucking do a lengthy stream.
Me, I'm in my late 30s, man. I can't afford to stay up all night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm even
though I'm 33, it's like, man, I value sleep more than just being a night owl.
You 33, you a youngin'. You a youngin', man.
For the most part, for some occasions.
Man, this man is 33 and his beard connects better than motherfuckers in their 40s. But I digress.
Man, Toy, you foul for saying that. Toy, you foul for saying that, man. You foul for saying that. I can't grow a beard for a goddamn thing, and I'm in my late 30s, man.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm so
Oh
sorry.
damn.
But you have to
Oh
admit, Oni's beard is luscious.
He got a
she's
cool
making
beard. He got a cool beard. Yeah.
yo, she's making me blush, y'all. She's making me blush.
I just call it how I see it, man. Just call it how I see it.
See, I'm a
Um,
man. I can't say that another man's beard is luscious. That won't sound right coming from me.
yeah, right.
But he got a cool beard though. His beard is cool though. Yeah, Oni's beard is cool.
Appreciate it. Thank you, y'all.
Yeah,
Thank you.
most
But
definitely.
any last words? Any last words?
my last word is just to say thank you for having this conversation because I'm sure somebody needed to hear it, and even if they didn't hear it live, they'll hear it when they need to. So I appreciate you, Oni.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Toya. I appreciate you too. Thank you. Thank you.
And I appreciate the both of y'all. Thank you,
Thank-
Toy, for being on here.
Wacky, you're not
Nigga
so bad
wacky.
yourself.
Yeah, man. Come on. You gotta give yourself credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. Remember that.
Hey,
Nah.
remember this.
I'm
I'm
cool.
also a villain too. Shit.
Oh, I'm getting out of here.
I am
Oh
a
man.
villain.
So
I am a villain to these dirty niggas. So
you and me both, man. You and me both. But yeah.
right.
Only this was a very good stream. With a very
Thank
good
you,
topic.
man.
You
Appreciate it.
you brought some great jewels. Toya brought some great jewels. And I had to join in with y'all and throw some of
Absolutely.
jewels myself. So.
Mm,
I hope that, like Toya said, that somebody was listening to this, and I hope that it helped someone. So,
mhm.
once again, Oni, thank you for inviting me
Thank-
on the stream. And this is a great
Hey,
stream.
no problem. Thank you. Thank you for even joining the conversation, man.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
always welcome.
Oh, yeah, most def. You know what I'm saying? Queens LI Connect. You know what I'm saying? That's
Already,
what it is.
already.
Already.
But
So,
you have a good night, my good brother.
you too, man. You too. Have a very great night. Be blessed,
Thank you.
everybody. Peace and shalom, everyone. All right.
Peace. All right. So as you know, for my grand finale of my final thought, um yeah, man, it only takes one generation when the previous generation has failed to turn the tides and to to um help these these young men and young women, what I mean, that are now in adulthood. Because like honestly, like they they already know that. Now I'm not going to say all boomers and silent generations, but I would say the younger group in those generations fucked up. You know what I mean? But that does not mean we should dwell in the past and not look forward into changing the future, uh, along with the narratives, the past narratives and all. So that's my thought. You know what I mean? You go, you only you can be greater and lead an example. Only you. But you also have to find yourself as that individual. So with that being said, I'm Oni the Ghost, and thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have been a wonderful, wonderful audience as well as panelists like my good my good peoples Wacky and Toya and the rest that pulls up on me. You know what I mean? And y'all enjoy. Well, shit, it's 1:07 a.m. in the East Coast. But yeah, man. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, and it'll be foolish of me to say stay safe, but be dangerous at all times, because we are living in dangerous times. So, with that being said, this is Oni the Ghost signing off. Peace.